Alright, welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'm going to give you some attacking solo queue tips. So these are tips that you can use while attacking in Rainbow Six Siege to try and win more games when you're solo queuing and when you don't have like a stack to play with. So the first tip that I'm going to give you is self-droning. Generally you'll probably already know this, but like if you're solo queuing, you cannot rely on teammates to help you out within the rounds. Like they can try and drone for you, but there's going to be like failures there because you can't trust them as much as you can trust like your own info and your own droning. You want to use everything you have at your disposal as an attacker to win the rounds, and every attacker has 2 drones so that you can use for example, you can use the first one to get into the building, then the second one to drone you further, and like stuff like that. If used correctly, drones can get you into the building, into a good strong position, and get you some free picks. When you think about it, it makes sense because like why would you want to go in blind when you have 2 drones that you can use to drone for yourself, rather than just like sitting on your phone in prep phase and not droning yourself in, and then just you are wasting your drone in the prep phase trying to find out what operator lineup to have, which in reality you could use that drone to drone yourself in and actually get a win on the round. The general rule that a lot of people sort of use for self-droning in Siege is to drone the room that you want to go in and then 1 room ahead. So for this I could do, and then drone a little bit up the hallway and drone around this corner here. There's the room that I want to go in, which kind of would be the hallway, then 1 room ahead, which is the showers, and this is still kind of like still that 1 room ahead but like a different direction kind of thing. So now we know that nobody's in showers because I droned it, it was clear, there's no rotation holes, I don't need to worry about that. And then I know that the immediate like bit after showers is clear because this we're drawn this hallway. So now I just need to go up and pre-aim the angles that I haven't actually checked. Okay, so now we'll do it one more time for the if we're trying to clear into dining from small tower, just for an example again. So you want to drone the room that you want to go in. So droning dining now. Okay, dining clear, and then 1 room ahead. Kitchen is also clear. So now we know that kitchen's clear and dining's clear. We need to go in and hold like the thing that we haven't checked, which is green hallway. We haven't checked green, and now we'll have to check this angle because it's more of a threat. So that's like kind of how you would self-drone yourself, and you would just keep repeating that process until you get to where you need to be for what you want to do. So let's say you want to go below and play vertical on kids, then you go drone yourself in the kitchen, and you do that process the whole way. When you get in here, you can set up your flank drones and then start doing the vertical that you want to do. The next thing to think about when self-droning is when you drone a room, you need to take that control fast. You need to take that control instantly as soon as you can. That's why we do them 1 room ahead. Like we drone the room in 1 room ahead rather than droning 3 rooms ahead, because you need to get off the drone and get into the room as fast as you can before the information gets cold. The problem with self-droning is that by the time you come off the drone and run into that room, there's a chance that a defender's running off the back of that. So you want to make sure that you're going in as fast as you can off the information, but without like sprinting like a headless chicken. You want to be going in fast but gun up. Like this gun up means like you're ready to shoot. Like you don't have to be ADSing, but gun up is just like this, being ready to take a fight if you have to. And then again, I mentioned this a little bit before, but when you clear a room, after you've droned it and you've drawn the room ahead, when you go into that room, you want to be aiming at things that you haven't looked at yet in the drone, and you want to prioritize. If there's multiple things, you want to prioritize it based on what's the biggest threat. So if I'm standing right here, and I've droned dining and kitchen, the biggest threat is green. However, if I go over here, the biggest threat is shower hall. So you want to make sure you're aiming at what's the biggest threat to you. The next thing I want to talk about is to play operators that do multiple jobs. Now, when you're playing solo queue, you kind of have to be the Swiss Army knife of the team, which means that you kind of have to do every kind of role on the game possible. You might have to breach a wall, you might have to soft breach a wall, you might have to like set up flank control, you might have to like do loads of different shit. So it's best to pick operators that you can that can be used well in each of the different like roles. There's a few operators that work really well for this. The best example that I'm going to give you is Recruit. Right now, Recruit is one of the most flexible operators. You can do loads of different things because of the different ways you can bring the gadgets. So for example, you could bring Impact the MPs and a hard breach gadget, and you could be the sole breacher for the team. You can get walls open, or you can bring something like flashbangs and grenades so that you can burn ADSs and then burn the shield or burn whatever utility you need to destroy with the nade. That's like that what I just mentioned there will be really good for attacking bunker if you are solo queuing and you want to try and still take bunker. If you play Recruit with flashbangs and a nade, you can just flashbang in and then grenade the utility. The next tip that I want to give you for solo queuing is to never be the first death. Now this is hard to It's easy to say but hard to like do. But once you realize this is like a thing, you'll stop playing more safe and you'll stop like preserving your life a lot more and stop taking 50-50 gunfights. Because realistically, at the end of the day, if you lose your life in a round, you have no more impact on that round, especially solo queuing, because you can't trust your teammates to listen to your information that you're giving. So if you lose your life, then you've pretty much got no impact on the rest of the round, and it may as well just be a lost round at that point. So I like to consider every round where I've died a lost round until it's not, like until my teammates clutch it out. And basically, so what I mean by this is you don't want to like AFK every round until somebody dies and then you can't be the first death. You want to still be progressing within the round. However, if you usually like rush in and die after 1 or 2 kills, you want to just stop doing that, because you might get the 1 or 2 kills, you might get that little bit of value, but if you're not ranking up, then you're not winning the rounds off it, so it's just wasted. It's like you just stat pad. It's just wasted. You just stat padding for the sake of like boosting your ego rather than actually like improving at the game. And basically, like I can like say pretty confidently that in any kind of 1vx situation, I would trust myself over my randoms, and I can pretty confidently say that you guys will feel the same way too. So just don't let them get in that position. Just stay alive, and then you don't have to put them in that position where they can like mess it up. Or if you do want to run in and like play aggressive and try and get a couple of kills before you go down, even if you run in and get 3 kills but lose the round, you should still take responsibility for losing that round, because you weren't alive in the dying seconds of the round to actually win it out. So you should still take responsibility for that. This sort of getting the whole sort of never being the first to die kind of also relates to trading as well. Trading generally just means that killing an enemy that's just killed your teammate, or your teammate killing the enemy that killed you like within a couple of seconds after you died. That's a trade. But you want to be the person getting the trades, not the one being traded. So you don't want to be the person dying in these trades. You want to be the one getting the trades and like revenging your teammates, because then at least you are still alive within the round and you can still progress the round and still have an impact on the round, rather than having to rely on a random that you don't know who they are and you don't know if they're good or not. So it's just easier to just try and be the one that's doing the trading and staying alive. Sometimes that comes to do a little bit of baiting. You don't really want to bait. Is like as sort of appealing as it can be in solo queue. You don't want to be baiting your teammates. You don't want to like be waiting for them to die just to go trade. But if you can find the opportunity to try and make trades, make sure you are the one like getting the trades. The final thing I want to talk about is phantom pressure. So as a defender, one of the worst things, like one of the worst feelings you can feel, is to feel trapped or surrounded. And when you're solo queuing on attack, it's hard to kind of give that impression to the defenders. So one thing that you should start doing every single round that you play, I'm going to quickly run outside and give you an example now, but one thing you should start doing every round that you play is just off spawn, just opening up loads of windows and loads of doorways and stuff, just for the sake of pressure. Like if I come out here, if I spawn street here and I start come up here and I open up this lobby double door here, now anybody trying to rotate lobby has to be scared of somebody like AFKing on the van here and holding the flank. So that's a bit of phantom pressure there. If you open up garage, nobody can safely run into garage and try and see for anybody in armory or like stuff like that. Even as well, you can like open up this wall here so that nobody can like play in classroom and get a vertical C4 under the closet, which people like to do sometimes. Just kind of things like that. You can open up loads of windows and loads of doorways just to create pressure and to create like chaos a little bit as well. The one thing you have to be careful for doing this sort of stuff though is that the enemies can also jump out of these windows and stuff and doorways. So make sure if you're putting them on like windows like this and you're not going to play near it, just put a claymore there if you have one, or ask somebody to do if you can. Just or just be wary of it, like, and be ready for that to happen. I also want to quickly say that I'm doing 1-to-1 5-hour coaching. If you want to like book a session of that, there is a link in the description you can click, as well as to buy some strategies if you want to from my shop. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, drop a like and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.